morning, students. Welcome to term 3 of week 3, lesson 1. Today we are going to discuss about one of the new topic 4.2, which says disease. The objective of today's lesson is, by the end of this section, the students would be able to define disease and identify microorganisms that cause different diseases, list parasitic disease, and explain the effect of tapeworm. In this section, we are going to discuss mainly about parasitic worm known as tapeworm. 4.2 disease. Diseases are caused by a various range of organisms. What's disease? Disease is the state of dysfunctioning of our body organ, which is caused by many tiny living organisms like virus, bacteria, fungi, protists, and worms like tapeworm. The life cycle of many disease-causing organisms involves a number of different hosts, since they are parasites. Let's discuss parasitic worm. Disease caused by worms are three types of worms which can parasitize human being. These are nematodes or roundworm, example hookworm, cestodes or tapeworm, thirdly termitodes or flatworm like bladeflux. Those are mainly parasitic worms. In this lesson, we are mainly going to discuss about tapeworm. Parasitic worms are parasites are organs that live on or in a host, getting nourishment from it. Parasitic worms can be round, such as ascars and hookworm, or flat like tapeworm or blade flukes. Let's discuss all about tapeworm. Tapeworms or cestodes. There are many types of tapeworm. There are Hymenolips nana or dwarf tapeworm. This type of tapeworm has no any intermediate host, but it spreads from person to person or directly from feces. The second type of tapeworm is Taenia saginata. Taenia saginata is a catless tapeworm or beef tapeworm. And the third type of tapeworm is Taenia solemn or pig tapeworm. In your textbook, there's only about tapeworm or cestoda. Tapeworm is the best known human parasites. Unlike ringworm, they are really worms. In fact, they are a type of flat shape named as flatworm. They live in the intestines of their host. They do not feed off their host, but rather they can rob them of their digested food by having their own suckers. They do not have a digestive system, so they have to absorb nutrients directly across their skin or cuticle. This type of worm, known as tapeworm, have also a complex life cycle because it involves two different hosts, known as cattle and human being. The two of the most common tapeworm that infect people are the beef tapeworm and pork tapeworm. The most common way of transmission is eating undercooked or raw meat that contains a young tapeworm having 1000 segment body. Remember that for a mature tapeworm there's around 2000 segmentation in their body, and for the young 1000 segments. They are mainly found in many different animals such as fish, cows, pigs, sheep, dogs, and cats. They are specially adapted to survive in the human gut, and also they have a head with hooks or suckers, and the worm uses this to attach firmly or strongly to the wall of the gut, but they do not have anus. Due to this reason, this type of worm or tapeworm have incomplete digestive system because of the lack of anus. They are hermaphroditic, which means each segment contains both male and female sex organs. When the tapeworm becomes too large and starts blocking your bowel, to cause deficiency of vitamins such as vitamin B12. If we ingest the meat contain tapeworm eggs, later cysticerchy develop and situated in the tissues such as brain, eye, or liver, and they can restrict the normal functions of the organs. Cysticerchy means a stage in the life cycles of tapeworm. Tapeworm have scolex, which is a knob-like anterior end of the tapeworm, and proglottids are the total segment of tapeworm, but each segment having two different sex organs, and the mature segment that end breaks off and contain a quarter of millions of fertilizer egg is called oncospheres. This is about tapeworm. The symptom is signs of infection with large tapeworm include conditions associated with vitamin B12 deficiency, example anemia and a feeling of tiredness. There is often an unexplained weight loss because the worm is absorbing a lot of your food, your blood as it is. To make matters worse, one of the symptoms of having a large amount of tapeworm protein in the body is to generate an immune response in the form of a collection of fluids in the abdomen, resulting a bloated belly is one of a symptom again. The system may settle in the muscle and organs such as the liver and the brain, where they can cause severe symptoms including seizures. The observations of tapeworm segment in the face is also one of the main symptoms. But how we can control and prevent this type of parasitic disease? By using anti-parasitic, anti-worm and anti-inflammatory drugs or antibiotics that are all used to kill the parasite. Again, by using surgery method to remove a large cyst, cooking meat properly before meal or taking or feeding, deworming pets and farm animals thoroughly by taking medical checkup those farm animals and maintaining a good sanitary conditions. Finally, we are going to see the life cycles of beef tapeworm known as Taenia saginata. If we look at carefully the life cycle of tapeworm, the first one is the worm forms a chain of segment and grows to a full size in the human gut by having sucker. The second life cycle is the worm reproduce and the segment towards the back become full of eggs. The thirdly, segments loaded with eggs pass out with the host's faces. And the fourth, the eggs are eaten by a cow since they are herbivores. In the cow's intestine, the egg shell dissolves and the embryo is released. 6. The embryo bores through the wall of the intestine into a blood vessel, which means circulated. Then the embryo is carried the cow's muscles, where it forms a bladder. 8. Undercooked infected meat is taken by or eaten by humans, like we call it eating kurta siga. And lastly, the head pops out of the bladder. This is the main life cycles of beef tapeworm or Taenia saginata. Students, today we have been discussed totally about parasitic worm known as tapeworm, their transmission way, their symptoms, again how we can prevent, and their life cycles. Thank you for your attentive listening. See you all. Bye bye.